I've split my coaching philosophy into three areas. The first, me, the coach, is about what type of coach I want to be. The second is about my playing philosophy and style of play. And the final area is about developing young people. So, me, the coach, I'm a youth development coach. I coach players from under 8 right through to under 14. I coach at my local grassroots club. Children learn more from what you are than what you teach. This is a really like this quote. Yes, the content of our sessions is key in developing the footballer, but as a coach working with young people, I feel it is my responsibility to be a good role model for players as well. So be a good role model. Really important to the type of coach that I want to be. Through my coaching, I will always aim to encourage, to be enthusiastic, provide innovative coaching, create an excellent learning environment, and teach good values. So my influences in football. Growing up, I never played to a high level. Majority of my football was played out in the street from morning to night, and it was brilliant. My local team, Omatown, and Sir Alex Ferguson's Man United, were the two teams that I followed growing up. In Northern Ireland, we always had a local team and then a team in England, which was usually Man United or Liverpool. So around 2010 was when I did my level 1 coaching award with the IFA. It was around the time of the great Spain team under Vincent Del Bosque and then Pep Guardiola's Barcelona team. This is when I really got interested in the coaching side of the game and started to watch more football, read more books, and develop a better understanding for the game. So as you can see, there's a bit of a pattern emerging here. Bayern, City, followed Pep around. But I was always drawn to teams that played possession-based, attractive football, and that is what has really shaped my philosophy. So looking at a couple of coaches that have influenced me over the years for different reasons, there's been quite a few, but I've narrowed it down to three. So first, Pep Guardiola, simply for his style of play. You know, it might seem like an obvious one, but I just love watching his teams play. Exciting football, it's interesting, and it's just so enjoyable to watch. Next then is Michael O'Neill, current manager of the Northern Ireland men's national side. Brilliant man manager, constantly getting results with a small pool of players and making the most of what's at his disposal. And then the third, Paul McGuinness, a former youth coach at Man United. I haven't seen an awful lot of his coaching, but I went to watch Man United's under-17s playing a tournament here in Northern Ireland back in 2013. The team had Marcus Rashford, Scott McTominay, Andres Pereira, all playing senior football now. But shortly into the match, I looked over to the bench and there was Paul McGuinness sitting with the arms folded, not saying a word. And that made a big impact on me as a coach. I've seen so many coaches roaring and shouting instructions at players throughout a game, but here was a coach responsible for developing players for one of the world's biggest clubs. He was calm, composed, and he just let the players get on with it. And that's really stuck with me in all of my coaching over the years. So moving on to style of play, how I want the teams that I coach to play. So I want people to enjoy the football that my teams play. I'm working in grassroots, but I firmly believe that by developing technical abilities and confidence on the ball, that any team can play attractive football. It's important to me that the players enjoy the style of play as well, and also that anybody watching and the coaches, everybody involved, is enjoying the game. So here's some of the teams that have influenced my style of play over the years. Obviously, I've mentioned before, but Barcelona, Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, just love the style of play. Barcelona have heavily influenced my style of play in Spanish football as a whole, and obviously as well the Man United team under Sir Alex Ferguson. Exciting football, fast. There's counter-attacking in there, and just some great players. Beckham, Cole, York, Giggs, Scholes. Absolutely brilliant to watch growing up. So then looking at a couple of players that influenced my style of play. The great George Best, Northern Ireland Man United legend, free flowing dribbling, confidence on the ball, I'm always encouraging some of our young players to go and watch some clips of them online. I would love to see more and more players like that maybe coming back, really encouraging players to take on 1v1s, being creative. Then Sergio Busquets, the magician in midfield, he really makes the Barcelona team tick. It's very rare in youth football actually to get a player who wants to sit deep in midfield, but when you do find somebody who's interested in playing that defensive midfielder role, I would always tell him to go and watch Busquets. Watch how he keeps the ball. Watch how he retains possession. Watch how he wins the ball back. And finally, then David Silva, brilliant on the ball, great range of passing, and just a joy to watch. So these are the key points of my philosophy for when we have the ball, when we're in possession of the ball. We want to dominate possession. We want to play it from the back. A positive attacking style of play at all times. Let's be brave on the ball and take risks. And tactically flexible, so we want to know how to play out in a back four and also in a back three, just so we have different options depending on what the game needs. So here's an example of Ipswich, one of their youth teams, playing out from the back. They're making the pitch big, they're using the full width, they're using the goalkeeper, there's good movement. The range of passing is excellent as well. Really refreshing to see a young English side moving the ball like this and what turns into an absolutely brilliant goal. But this is the sort of style of play that I would aspire to with my youth teams. So the next clip then, Villarreal from a couple of years ago against Valencia. Just really looking at their possession here. Quick passing, good movement, confidence in the ball. Really, really enjoyable to watch. So moving on into out of possession. So these are the key points of my philosophy for when we do not have the ball. A high work rate, a high press as a team, compactness, and also good communication. So then moving on to look at transitions. So when we lose the ball, what I look for is, can we win the ball back as quick as possible, and can we win it back as high up the pitch as we can? When we win the ball, we ask, do we have space to play forward? Yes, okay, let's do it with speed, do it quickly. If we don't have space to play forward, we keep possession until the space opens up. It's as simple as that. So moving on to the final part of my philosophy, developing young people. As a coach working in the grassroots game, I feel we have a responsibility to develop the young people as well. They're spending a couple of hours a week in our environment, and it's really important that we're teaching good values as well as obviously the football side of the game, which is very important. But this quote comes to mind from Legacy by James Kerr. We're looking at a different sport here, but better people make better All Blacks. So the idea is good values. They talk about cleaning up the changing rooms, simple things like that, things that can transfer into normal life as well as football. That will inevitably make you then a better athlete, a better All Black, or even a better player at youth football or youth level as well. So developing the person, I strongly believe youth coaching is about more than football. We have a responsibility to develop players as young people as well. Through my coaching, I want to encourage respect, love of the game, willingness to learn, competitiveness, a good work ethic, and creativity. So the final slide I've left for is the community. As a coach at the moment, working within the grassroots game, the community is a massive part of what we do, about creating a culture, the style of play, being role models and developing young people. That all forms the philosophy, and it all comes together with the parents, the players, the coaches, everybody involved with the club. And this is why we do it, because we love the game We want to get out on a Saturday and enjoy our football. So to summarise, my coaching philosophy is built on a possession-based style of play, playing out from the back, high work rate to regain possession, making the most out of the limited training time that we have. Enjoyment is at the centre of everything that we do. And last but not least, developing young people.